Hello! Due to a funny bug on OGS, we are now suddenly reviewing the highest ranked game ever between a 10,007p and a 1007p and 1004p. I can't really seem to change it, so we'll just have to do with that for now. I left last time with this question between A and B. To extend towards the side, take away the eyes, or extend towards the center to surround and take influence. And if you chose A, congratulations, this is the pro move, the 1004p move. So it's definitely a good move, but actually according to Kotago, it's even better to extend towards the center. So I'm going to spend some time here looking at variations for this move first before we go into the game move. So what might happen here is that black can maybe Hana once and then jump out here to separate white. But of course black is not connected here with this jump. White can just cut it off directly. And black has to come back and fix the weaknesses on the left here. So black can maybe play just Tiger's Mouth, white can Atari once, and then connect on the outside. Now at this point, there is this big capture of one stone on the second line. But if black just takes one stone like this, white can capture the cutting stone, and white is actually quite happy here. Black can cut, but white will just take a big point. This result is slightly better for white. Even though black got out here on the left, the territory is not that big, and white got a really strong group. So we need to remember that sort of we started from a position where, like all the way back here, white was double approached, and also there was this black, some extra black stones in the vicinity. So for white to get out of this sequence, like both with a strong group and also, let's jump back here. So white gets a strong group and also sent that to take a big point. That's actually a really good result for white, given how it started. So going back a little bit here, it's actually sort of too small for black to just take this one stone, and black should extend here to keep up the pressure on the white group, to keep white cut off. But then that gives white the opportunity to connect, which is of course big territorially for the left, but also is sent towards killing this black group. So black has to Hane and descend here to maximize the eye space. And this group is just barely alive. Right now, black is of course threatening to cut here, so white has to connect. But when white connects, this is threatening to kill the group again here. So white can connect here in center, because if black plays elsewhere, then white can come in like this. And of course, if white can connect out, then it's dead. Something like this doesn't work. White just captures in a snapback. And let's see, maybe this one we can try. White can just Atari connect. This might look like a Seki when we have three stones like this and one space on either side. And if D14 were also black, then it would be a Seki. But in this case, since this is Atari, it's not a Seki, it's just a dead shape. So yeah, A14 kills, and that means that at this point black actually has to help the left. And the best way to do that is by descending here. We can see at this point that so black is threatening to connect up. It would be quite tempting for white to just go down here immediately in center. But actually white is going to leave it because there's some interesting other RG white could use. White could play here later on, for instance. And it's a little bit annoying for black. Like black will either have to allow white to connect up like this, or if black tries to be more fancy like this, saying that, okay, you can no longer, previously this was killing, but now I can connect back like this. Well, then actually white can maybe throw in once, and there's some annoying co-RG for black here. So black is going to have to give something up, some sort of co, which would be painful. So there's still a lot of RG with this A14, which means that white doesn't want to just allow black to fix like this. But then you might also ask, then why shouldn't black just, instead of crawling at B18 here, shouldn't black just fix the group, live directly? And the issue with that is that then white will get a eye in center in the top left. So for instance, white could maybe something like this. White can attack here. It's a ko, but like white can just play any ko threat. And we can see that suddenly white got one extra eye in center with this group that is supposed to be attackable for black, so giving away one eye for free is a really big deal. So this is great for white. That's why in this variation black should go down here, even though that leaves the potential RG of a14. Okay, so this was all just to sort of give an idea of how in this variation, even though black sort of cuts white off and lives on the side, it's kind of quite pleasant for white because black is surrounded on the side, there's some RG, and white is going to be able to handle this group quite easily. So that's some motivation why Katego wants to extend outwards towards the center. The positive part of this move is that it makes it harder for this black group to live directly, but it's also very easy for it to just jump out. So black is going to jump out here, completely connected now. Of course, black is not going to play here, then white could just surround with very good shape. So black is going to jump out since white didn't take the chance to surround. And white also jumps out. So now we just have two sort of weak groups jumping out. And we're going to have some more jumping. White protects the left side. Black gets this really big shape point on the left. This is sort of double center. I mean, if white were to get this point in, then it's threatening this C13 cut. And now it's also threatening, for instance, B11 later on, so it actually responds directly to this. And it doesn't gain a lot, this exchange in and of itself. Later on, white could still push C12, take one stone. But it's just a pleasant shape exchange for black. And now black makes another horse's face in the center, sort of big jump shape. White needs to be careful how to move out with this group now. It looks a bit scary. Black looks a lot stronger to me actually than white here. But white is going to be able to handle it. White starts with this Kosumi attach. Black gets one peep in here, threatening cutoff. White just stays connected. Black backs off like this, and white jumps out. So we see that if black were try to be more aggressive, yeah, then there's some annoying shape problems here. So since black also needs to be careful, white is able to handle this without any problems. Okay, so both weak groups are sort of handled, it looks like for now. So here I leave it to a quiz. Do you think black should continue the attack with L11, keep up the pressure on this white group? Should black maybe jump into the left side now that this black group has gained some strength to use this weakness here? Or should black maybe just take the 3-3 point, which is big on territory? So please leave your responses in the comments and check out the next video to see how the game continues.